Hi, I'm Debbie Hartner. I'm Elsie Johnson. We are two sisters, Southern Cooking.
Hey y'all, I have got my pot of hot liquid that I've already started to heat up for what we're going to put the chicken in the stock pot. It is a total of 10 cups of water, and we're going to utilize that broth that comes off of that chicken stock in our chicken and rice dishes. So anyway, I have a whole chicken here and I have 3 leg quarters. So the combination of those, all of that, is going to be divided up into the 2 chicken and rice entrees. So I have 2 teaspoons of poultry seasoning, a teaspoon of pepper, black pepper, and a teaspoon of salt. And I'm just going to spread it across them and rub it in to the chicken. I'm going to try and cover every inch of the chicken. It will probably come off a little bit in the broth when I put it in there, but it will still season it pretty good. And by me rubbing it on there, some of it will stick. So I'm gonna do this whole chicken. I have a whole chicken here, and then when it cools down, then we'll just take all the meat off the bone and divide it out equal. And I'll do the same thing with the leg quarters, the 3 leg quarters that I have. I did the leg quarters because of I figured a little bit more chicken meat, you know, a little more chicken to be able to do 2 different dishes would be good. Okay. I got 2 more. Okay, that's covered good. This one's already covered on that side, so I just need to do the skin side. The skin is actually going to give us some really good broth. The fat and the skin is going to really give us some good flavoring. Okay. Alright, I'm going to throw in the leg quarters first. And then I'm going to put in my whole chicken. And I'm going to go put that back on the stove, and I'm going to cook it on medium high for an hour, and then we'll see if it's done. It might be an hour and a half, but because we want it to be really, really tender and fall apart so that it falls off the bone and it comes off easy. So we will be back when we assemble it with the 2 different chicken and rice dishes and show you how we were able to take it off the bone. Hey, y'all, I am starting on my chicken and rice, which is a stovetop version. And you melt your 2 tablespoons of butter in here, and then you put my recipe I use is 1.5 cups of rice, and you toast that until it smells nutty. You can just mix it up with the butter and let it toast up. And then we're going to pour our a mixture of milk and water. This is going to be like a creamy chicken and rice because it has the milk in it instead. It takes 2 teaspoons of salt. I'm going to go ahead and put that in. And I also usually put pepper in it, but I do that towards the end of the cooking. And I have my shredded chicken here. that we had cooked earlier, and I shredded some of it. So that's going to go in here as soon as I add the liquid, and then I'm going to put the lid on and I'm going to cook it for 20 minutes on, once it comes to a boil. You're going to have it on high until it comes to a boil. Then you're going to reduce it to low and let it cook for 20 minutes. And then typically I usually take like a hand towel or a pot holder or something, because my lid has a vent hole in it. It has a little hole to let the steam out. Typically I put something over that to cover that hole so the steam stays inside, and after 20 minutes I just turn the burner off and just let it finish cooking slowly on its own. And that helps it stay moist and it doesn't burn, and it just soaks up the liquid and gets nice and fluffy. Starting to smell it now. When I pour my liquids in, you'll hear it sizzle, so you know the pan is hot enough. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pour this in. That homemade broth that we made earlier is really good. Alright, I'm going to stir this around and mix it up good. And then I'm going to add in my chicken. And it's always best to put your chicken in before the rice has started cooking, because it disperses better through your rice, and I feel it cooks better. You can actually mix it in at the end, but I used to do that. But as soon as I started doing it this way, I noticed a difference. It actually is, it just seems to blend together much better. It's not like an afterthought where you add the chicken in after the fact. If you put it in here now, it seems to be like it's meant to be, you know, like it's together. Alright, I'm going to take this lid and put it on it and let it come to a boil, and it's already trying to. As soon as it comes to a boil, then I will turn it down to low, and then I'll set the timer for 20 minutes, and then it'll be done. Hey guys, I meant to tell y'all that the pot that I'm actually cooking this in is a special rice pot. I learned about this pot from Sabrina when I went down in September when the baby was born. She makes a lot of beans and rice, and it's, I forget what it has a name of, I Am USA, Amusa on it, and it's wonderful, wonderful. It is definitely, and they're not that expensive. They're about $11, $12, maybe $19, you know, between $10 and $20. And this here is just the right size pot to make a family portion of this meal. So I wanted to make sure I told you about that, because I forgot to tell you about that when I had it. My chicken and rice is done. I am fixing to put it on the serving table. This is how it looks when it's totally done. All the liquid has absorbed into the rice, and it's nice and moist and delicious. And I'm going to go put it on the table. We'll see y'all soon.
Elsie.
And I'm Debbie.
We're Two Sisters Southern Cooking.
And we thank you for visiting our page. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.